Mike sound check. South Summit. Juab football. Sound check. Mike football.
Mike, check two. Check two, Mike, two.
Good evening and happy Friday night. We're at week 3 of South Summit football, and Juab in town tonight. South Summit covering off a fantastic game last week against North Summit, winning 42-13. And all the Pistons were rolling last week. Lots of offense, lots of defense, good special teams. It was an all-around great game. Ian Mayer led the way. 5 touchdown passes last week against North Summit. Defense was solid all night, and it was a great overall win for South Summit. They come into the game at 1-1, having lost the opener to Duchesne. Juab comes in at 2-0, having beaten Payson 38-33 and Delta 40-0. So Juab coming into the game at 2-0. So it ought to be a fantastic matchup tonight. Juab, as you know, in 3A football still. South Summit in 2A football. And really ought to be a great game tonight, huh?
Yeah, we're looking for a good follow-up game to last week's victory. And last year playing Juab, we were a little outmatched. We're hoping to make a little closer game of it this year. And I think coming off that big one last week will help get us going this week, hopefully. I remember last year it was the first game Ian Mayer got thrown in as the quarterback. So he's definitely a lot more seasoned and making good decisions for the Wildcats.
Yeah, he looked fantastic last week.
4 touchdown passes, 2 to his own brother.
Yeah, I think it was 5 is what the thing I saw.
He had 4 touchdown passes and 1 rush.
Oh, 1 rush, okay.
So he had a week last week.
It was a great night. So South Summit will be kicking off into the north end zone. And kicker for South Summit is Will Neff, outstanding senior kicker for the Wildcats, one of the many great soccer players that South Summit's had, turning their skills to football kicking as well. And South Summit, beautiful green jerseys. Love that white helmet. Juab with the gold helmet tonight. Not much maroon tonight on the Juab uniform, which is surprising. I've always thought of that as their lead. But we'll get the golden block tonight. Kick goes out of bounds, so not how South Summit wanted to start it with Nev. Hooked that one a little bit. Goes out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10. Juab. Juab is led in offense by an outstanding senior running back. Brock Richards has 380 yards in 2 games, 47 carries, 8 yards per carry, and they're led by also a junior quarterback. Bryce Armstrong, 544 yards, 6 touchdown passes, 14 yards per carry. So we're ready to get going. Ball at the 35-yard line, and Armstrong in the shotgun, and not much in the way of running up the middle this time as the Wildcat defense shuts him down right at the goal, or right at the line of scrimmage, and they get nowhere on the first play to bring up 2nd and 10.
Good job there by our interior lineman, led by Traven Boger, the big guy in the middle there, and that's going to, like we said, they rely heavy on their running attack, and we need to obviously shut that down.
2nd and 10 now. Armstrong again in the shotgun. He drops back to pass. He's looking left. He goes across the middle, a little in or out, and it's caught right at the first down marker, upended by number 11, Will Neff. But he's close to the first down, and it looks like they're going to move the chains, the nose of the football right on the 45-yard line. So that'll be 1st and 10, and the first ball in the air by the Wasps brought down. Did you see the intended receiver was there?
Clayton Robinson received the ball there for the first down for the Wasps.
So 1st and 10, Juab, close to midfield at the 45. Armstrong, hands off. And he's driven out back and slapped down by number
88, Riker Bowen on your right defensive end, and we got to have that. He's got to be able to contain them getting outside. Critical for loss there for the Wildcats.
3-yard loss on the play. Great job by the defensive end, Riker Bowen, and it'll be 2nd and 13. Ball right on the left hash. It's like a passing situation. 3-man wide to the right for the Wasps. Armstrong back. He's looking right. He little hook route right at the 50, and he's going to make some room with the outside. He's on the outside. Can make it a long ways. He's going to be driven out of bounds. Good speed. That's number 1, Jaden Heap with the reception and a beautiful route and good runs after catch. And deep now into South Summit territory on a 35-yard play by the Wasps, and it's 1st and 10 right at the 21-yard line.
Just a nice run after catch on that. He caught across the middle. Nobody was there. Had the room to make a move and got to the outside. Fortunately, Jack Johnson was able to chase him down and get him out of bounds.
Armstrong looking very comfortable in the pocket, delivering right on the money. Now handoff up the middle, and he's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards on the play. Good room off the left guard. Picks up 3-4 to bring up 2nd and 6. And the ball carrier is who's that ball carrier? 26.
Max Gardner.
Max Gardner, the ball carrier there. He's also one of the leading tacklers for the Wasp as well.
And now the script so far is a run up the middle and a pass over the middle afterwards. So we'll see if they continue with that, as they're going to, looks like we've got some sort of equipment issue.
Well, there's a flag flown too. What was that?
Some sort of equipment thing. They made Owen Mayer come off from the safety position, and they threw that flag. So it had to have been some sort of.
I've never heard of that.
Equipment
penalty.
I'm not sure.
Never heard of that.
You saw him trying to pull off armbands and stuff as he was coming off.
Moves inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal now, Wasp on a very favorable penalty against South Summit. So it'll be inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Juab. Now, handoff up the middle, and he's got good room again, trying to get drugged down from behind. He's inside the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line. Several South Summit tacklers finally drag him there, but he picks up close to 4 on the play to bring up 2nd and goal from the 5.
Brody Larson, first to meet him there.
Armstrong quickly now getting the offense going. They hand it off up the middle. Nothing there this time. He's driven back. Several Wildcats there to stand him up. He picked up maybe a half a yard is all, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Wasp. Good job closing the middle down for South Summit.
Riker Bowen and Brody Larson both in on that tackle. And we have not seen a lot of Brock Richards yet. Is that him right there?
That's him right there.
44? I don't even think that's 44 there.
It's hard to see these gold numbers. I don't know, maybe they switched it on us. Back to pass is Armstrong. Now he's getting flushed. He's got some room off to the right. Rolling, he goes up over. Touchdown, Juab. Somebody let go of the receiver in the deep corner. That's number 1.
Heap.
Jaden Heap with the reception. He had the big play also off the left side, and the Wasps march down the field 65 yards, and they score the first touchdown of the ball game. Nobody was able to get much pressure on Armstrong. He had plenty of time to look over that end zone. Found Heaps, who slipped away from the coverage, wide open in the corner. 6-0 lead now, Juab.
Just stood there flat-footed and caught the ball. A little shuffle pass almost, really. Just flipped it out there as he was wide open.
Armstrong throwing it well on the run. Kicking now for the Wasp is Drake Johnson to try extend this lead. High snap. Now they got trouble. Then he kicks it again. Still did it go in, and it did. Wow, he had to fully come to a complete stop. Kick that thing with no momentum. Had just enough to creep through the uprights. At 8:40 left in quarter number 1, the Wasps score on their first offensive possession. They lead by a touchdown, 7-0. All right, 8:40 left, quarter number 1. Juab out to an early 7-0 lead on an impressive drive, led by Armstrong in the air and on the ground, and the Wasps strike early. They'll be kicking off now to Larson and Pulver sitting at the 5-yard line. The wind blows the ball off the tee. Little breeze coming from the north, blowing hard south. So this ought to give a little bit of leg more, and it looks like they're going to have to hold it up. For the Wasps, number 25 doing the kicking, Caden Martineau. Different than their place kicker, Drake Johnson. So that's a low liner, favorable catch. Now it's dropped by South Summit, picked up at the 20. And outside he's got some good room and finds a little seam. Good job by number 10, Blake Pulver. Bryce Pulver. I get all the big Pulvers mixed up.
Just go with Pulver.
Pulver gets the ball and makes a nice Nice acceleration up the right seam, and he got good yardage. Takes it almost out to the 40-yard line, 38-yard line to be exact. It'll be 1st and 10. It'll be our first look at the South Summit offense, led by junior quarterback Ian Mayer. Pulver and Larson have been getting the majority of the carries on offense, and a lot of good receivers on the outside. Bowen has been out there along with Johnson, and who else has been out there?
I think we've got Owen Mayer.
Oh, yeah, Owen Mayer's been out there as well. Now a little swing pass out to the left. That's to Owen. Owen cuts it back. Good job on 1st down.
That's to Pulver. Pulver out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Nice gain on 1st down. Picked up about 5 yards on this swing pass. And they'll try to hurry this up.
So 2nd and 5. Good start on 1st down. As Mayer now gets the snap, hands off to Pulver. Pulver is driven right to the turf on a great play. That's a linebacker coming, or was that a safety?
Nope, I think that's the linebacker number
26. There he is, Max Gardner.
Their running back as well. He came through untouched from the linebacker position and just blew that up before it got started.
Pulver is able to get close to the line of scrimmage. He lost about a yard on the play, so bring up 3rd and 6. 3 men now wide to the right for South Summit on the wide side of the field. Mayer, a little quick hitter to Bowen, and he's close to the 1st down marker. Nice route by South Summit to pick up just about enough. 6 yards. It looks like he picks it up by a half a yard. So good quick strike from Mayer to Bowen. And the Wildcats move the chain on 1st down on their first series. 1st and 10 right at the 49-yard line.
Good job of just getting beyond the sticks and getting a catch.
Now in motion goes Bowen. Now a little outside screen to number 7. That is Blake Osgothorpe. Not much there on the outside. Picks up maybe a yard on the play is all. As Bowen went in motion to try to get a first block, but too many wasps out there.
The DB did a good job. The corner coming up. They kind of just leave him there. Blake's got to be able to beat one guy and just wasn't able to get around him.
2nd and 10 Wildcats. This time they will hand off up the middle, and it's stood right up. They're going to lose another yard or two. That is Pulver again, and no room for the Wildcats running up the middle thus far. Good job by the big tackle for the Wasp.
That's number 68, Ryder Vincent. It's hard to see those numbers, but I think that's 68.
Yeah, it looks like 68. 3rd and long now for South Summit, 3rd and 11. Needing to get to the 41-yard line of Juab. Let's see what Mayer can draw up his. He's going to roll to his left. Now he's under pressure, and now he's going to get taken down. A lot of pressure by the Wasp, and finally sacked by number 93,
Scott McCollum.
Mayer had nowhere to go. He was trying to elude the pressure from the left side, and from the backside came McCollum, and that'll be a 4th down now play, and the Wildcats will have to punt on their 2nd set of downs after a good 1st down. And it's 4th and 15. Will high kick, but not a lot of distance. It does take a favorable South Summit bounce, and it'll bounce down to about the 33-yard line. So fortunately, Juab not able to get up under that one. South Summit gains about an extra 10 yards on the roll, but good defense by the Wasps. Send the Wildcat offense back to the sideline, and now the defense gets the pressure put on them as the Wasps moved the ball quite well on the first series, putting up 7 points, and after some adjustments already, the field was open in the passing and some running also. So it'll be Wildcats on the defensive side, trailing by 7. Armstrong in the shotgun again. He's got a fake handoff, little sweep pass. There's some room out there. Good move. Spins out of one. Now cuts it back. And finally coming from the inside is number 8, Brody Larson, running him down. But big yardage on 1st down. They're across to the 48, 49-yard line. 1st and 10, Wasps.
Yeah, that was a good move on the outside. He was able to spin away from the first tackler. That's Corbin Mace on the outside. Pick up the 10-plus yards for the 1st down.
Right at midfield now, yard shy of midfield. Armstrong now, hands up off the middle. This time South Summit doing a good job, and I think that's Boger pulling him back. Always nice to see a tackle preventing the fall forward on the running back. 2 yards on the play, cross midfield to the 49-yard line, 2nd and 8.
And the defense has been able to hold up against the running game. The passing game's kind of been the issue so far for South Summit defensively as they look to the sideline to see what kind of call they're going to get. And as we talked about, their leading rusher just has been missing, so I don't know if he's injured or what the story is.
All right, there's the snap. Handoff up the middle again, and 3-4 yards on the play. Tripped up early. And it looks like that was Boger again tripping him up on the left hash. 3rd and 4, long 4, short 5 now for Juab. And it looks like South Summit trying to find a way to keep that run contained as Juab trying to establish their control on the line of scrimmage. Might be a chance here. They might try one of those quick hitters on the outside again with the pass. There it is. And number 1, Heap with the reception. He's going to be close to the first down, but I don't think he got it.
It's a little short tackled there by Blake Osgothorpe. Nice job of coming up and keeping him short, but I would guess they're going to go for it here in South Summit territory.
Big play here on 4th down in this first quarter. 3:42 left. Quarter number 1. Juab into South Summit territory. Big 4th down play. See for hard count. They're trying to get it. It's not there. Now they look to the sideline and see what he wants to do. I don't know if they have a
call a timeout.
It's like a timeout. Good job.
Discipline there by the defense not to jump off sides.
All right, we are at 3:27 left. Timeout on the field. Juab with a 4th and 2 when we return. Big 4th down play. 4th and 2. Going in motion is Heap. He goes to the right side of the field. Stops right there on the flanker side. Armstrong lower left. He's under pressure. And did he grab it? No catch on the play. South Summit pressure, and a good job holding the receiver up in the inside so he couldn't get to the outside. Armstrong had to wait for him a minute. Underthrew the pass. It hits the turf. Good stop by South Summit and a big play in this first quarter.
Yeah, we talked that's a big stop early here for South Summit. Did not want to have to go down 2 scores here in the first quarter. So a good job of holding up and getting just enough pressure where he couldn't extend that arm enough to get enough on that pass.
So a good sign for the South Summit defense. Holding out on 4th and 2 as it'll be South Summit on the offensive side again. 3 men wide to the right. 1 man going in motion. And a quick pass right. Trying to set up the screen coming inside and nothing there as the pressure again getting upfield from the defensive end spot. And making it hard for that screen to get established. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and those are just those timing routes, and that was thrown behind him. Really had no chance.
Juab really getting into the backfield early on several of these plays, making it hard for South Summit to set up the blocking. 2nd and 10. Now back to pass. Got time this time. Now he's got a man. Good job. A little short, 5-6 yard call on the outside. And receiver this time is Owen Mayer. Picks up about 7 on the play, so very manageable. 3rd and long 3.
That's what you've got to do if you're getting pressure. Get rid of the ball. I think a middle screen may be effective here with that pressure coming up the middle as it is.
See what they try to do on 3rd and 3. We're getting a handoff up the middle. Larson kicks it out. Now a flag comes out on the outside, and that one's probably not a good sign for South Summit offense. Somebody moving a little early, and unless we got a jump on the defensive side. But that was a good move by Larson. He saw nothing in the inside, kicked it out, picked up enough yardage to pick up the first down out across midfield to the 45. Let's see what the call is. It'd be nice if it were an offsides.
In the formation. Somebody was on the line when they didn't need to be on the line. That's a tough penalty as we had picked up enough for the first down, and now 3rd and 9.
So good run by Larson, negated by a penalty. The South Summit staff not liking that one, and so it'll be 3rd and 9 and probably a little different play calling as opposed to 3rd and a long 3, short 4. So Mayer Trying to pick up one on third down and long. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's got a man wide open across the middle. Cutting it back to Oscarthorpe. He spins and he's across midfield into the 34-yard line. Beautiful route and a good play call by the South Summit coaching staff. Cleared that middle as they drove the safety back with two longer routes. Mayer stepped up into the pocket, delivered it right on the money. Beautiful pass, 1st and 10, South Summit.
Great job there by the offensive line, giving them enough time for that play to develop.
Mayer in motion, hands it off to the right side. He's got the corner bit. He cuts it inside. Good job by Mayer. He's going to pick up 4 on the play. Good pursuit by the defense from Juab, minimizing it to a much longer gain it could have been, but a good pickup on 1st down by the feet of Owen Mayer this time. 2nd and 7 now for the Wildcats.
It looked like he had a little more room outside, but decided to cut it up.
All right. South Summit in business now. Larson goes in motion. A little fake now. A little screen. No, that one might go all the way, and it will. There's not a South Summit man, and he's going to go the distance. And when he loses his feet, that's number 26, I believe, Gardner. And touchdown, Juab. One more time, South Summit trying to go to the screen, but nowhere for it again as the defensive pressure coming upfield got right in the way, and that one was about as easy a pick six as you'll get in football, and a tough break for the Wildcats as now they go down 2 scores after what was turning out to be an impressive drive. But the defense, again, from Juab, making a big play, and they go up now 13-0.
Yeah, and almost looked like there wasn't a receiver ready to receive that ball. Nobody really looked to get that, and I think that's just good game film watching by Juab as they saw that play work several times the last week. Looks like there may have been an excessive penalty, excessive celebration on that, though they'll back him up on the kickoff, but... So it looks like rain starting to come down here at Wildcat Stadium.
Good time to be in the booth. Last week we were cooking up in here. Now it feels pretty good, and that's a good spot to be. So 1:39 left in quarter number 1, and a big defensive turnover leading to a touchdown for the Wasps. And the kick is down, and it's up and good, and the Wildcats see themselves down now 14-0 early in quarter number 1, Juab leading by a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, and it was, like you said, it was an impressive drive. We had something going right there, and we certainly cannot have defensive touchdowns and try to stay in this ball game.
We'll take a little breather. South Summit will have to regroup on offense. Leading or trailing by 2 touchdowns. All right, 1:39 left, quarter number 1. South Summit down 2 touchdowns as Juab has controlled this first quarter. South Summit building a little momentum offensively, but shut down quickly with the interception. And now it'll be number 29 again, Trayson Olson kicking off. Is that 5 or 9? Looks like 29. Anyway, a little kick, field, and that goes right through the hands of Pulver. Now Pulver's going to have to go back and get it at the 15, negating the 15-yard penalty that happened. And Pulver is able to get back to about the 23-yard line, but a mistake and probably wet football, not expecting it to slide through as quickly as it did, but a break for the Wasp as the ball slips through the hands of Pulver, and he has to go back to get it. Gets it back to the 21-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for South Summit. With the rain, it'd be nice if South Summit could be able to establish some kind of a little bit of a running game here early.
And they run those, they do those outside screen passes as kind of an extension on a run, but they just have not been effective.
And you mentioned, I'll bet it's been scouted because it worked incredibly well last week against North Summit. And there's a little pass. Now Mayer loses the handle, and you can tell that the ball is slick as Mayer drew the ball back to fire, and it slipped right out of his hand. Unfortunately, Mayor's able to get on the football. The bad part is he loses 15 yards in the process. The ball's back down to the 11-yard line, and it's going to be now second and about 22, 23 yards to go. Sort of rain playing a factor here on 2 consecutive plays for the Wildcats, slipping the hands out. Now Mayor's back to pass, little screen pass to the right. This time he's got some blockers in front, cuts it back, good yardage, and that's Pulver with the catch, and good blocking this time and set up well by the Wildcats. They'll pick up more than half of the yardage they needed for the first down, back to about the 25-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 7.
That was sorely needed. Great play call there and good execution, getting those linemen out in front. Was able to get that pass again behind the line of scrimmage, so those linemen aren't downfield.
Yeah, we had a couple of those last week where the ball got extended past the line of scrimmage on the pass and had.
There is a flag down there they're discussing.
Half the distance
Oh, we just blew it.
during the play. Holding offense. Half the distance to the goal.
Another costly penalty for South Summit. Darn it, we've had some big ones.
Yeah, on a big play like that to negate that, to give us some breathing room, and now we're back.
Even more, I guess it's a spot foul, so it must have been out ahead of where the Pulver was on the run, so it goes back to about the original line of scrimmage on second down. Second and 21-22 to go. Let's see what South Summit gets called up right here. Now Mayer wants to go deep, and he's trying to find him, and that one's too far into double coverage. A lot of contact on Johnson. But nowhere to throw the ball there. Unfortunately, Mayer threw it out in front of everybody. Only Johnson was going to get to it if he could, but that's going to bring up now 3rd and long, and it's a tough place to try to get a first down deep in your own end zone.
The coverage there by Max Gardner. He's kind of been all over the field tonight for Juab.
So 3rd and long. We'll see how aggressive the South Summit coaching staff wants to be. Often you'll see this one turn into a running play to try to get some room for your. Well, that'll help. There's 5 yards. So that'll move it up a little bit, and that might change the play call a little bit from 3rd and over 20 to 3rd and maybe 16 instead. I guess there's not much chance they would maybe run that again.
Let's do that
3 or 4 times.
I'm not sure what they're discussing. It was pretty cut and dry.
Well, you never know what they think somebody else twitched on the offensive side. Fortunately, that's not what they concluded. So that'll give South Summit 5 free yards. It'll bring up now 3rd and a long 15, short 16. Push down marker, 32-yard line. Ball is sitting at the 16, and there's another penalty that comes flying in.
Must be the old equipment check.
What is that?
I'm not sure if they've got armbands. It looks like he's going off the field taking an armband off.
I don't understand that. I've never seen that.
We got one for us and one for them, so it evened out. And that helps for sure.
Hey, because that's a 15-yarder.
That's a first down. There we go.
How can you get a 15-yard penalty on a wristband?
I'm not sure.
I've never even heard of that.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Big, finally, some turnaround on the penalties. 1st and 10. Mayer back. He's got time. He's got a man out deep and just overthrew him a bit. That was Blake Osgothorpe on the outside. Needed a little more air. Unable to get it. 2nd and 10.
Just not enough separation there. I mean, Ian's thrown it where he has to. He doesn't want to throw it short right there. Just good coverage there by Juab. I can't see the number 21, it looks like. Ashton Dudley with some nice coverage.
2nd and 10. Something short here. Need to pick up a few of these, get it halfway there, and now a little quick hitter on the outside. There's some room. That's Bowen on the outside trying to find his way. He's going to pick up 2 or 3, but couldn't get to the outside on the corner. Good pursuit by the Wasps. And he's only going to really get about 1, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
So just a little wrinkle there after he looked like he was going to do a little kick-out block and slipped it. Just couldn't quite get upfield.
Each time they set that yard marker over there, it gets further back to the initial line of scrimmage. So 3rd and long, let's see, with 5 seconds on the clock. whether South Summit wants to snap it or they're going to let this burn, and they are going to let it burn. So at the end of quarter number 1, South Summit with a 3rd and 10 at their own 33-yard line. We'll take a break, switch sides of the field, and South Summit needing to get something going offensively, trailing 14-0 at the end of 1. All right, 3rd and 10. Another big play for South Summit to start off quarter number 2. Win at their back now. Ball at the 32-yard line. Need to get it out to the 42. Mayer in the shotgun. See if he can't complete something across the middle. Let one of these playmakers get some open field, and there's some movement. And going way off is Owen Mayer on the far side, and that's going to move him back 5 more.
Number 1 on the offense.
That's tough out of a wide receiver, too, as Owen was trying to get a quick start like that. But a little early, so now it's 3rd and 15.
Yeah, and it looked like the D tackle may have jumped too, but I think we must have moved first.
So let's see if the play call, what they're going to dial up under some pressure. Now rolls to his left, and he's drugged down from behind. A big sack by, looks like that's 68 again. Nope.
Ryder Vincent?
I think that's it. I don't know. I think that's looked at him. It looked like that's the guy.
Credit, because we can't see the number. So Ryder Vincent with another sack.
And that drives him back 5 more. It's 4th and 20, and Will Neff needs to get this one up into the air a bit and see if they can get some field position. And Neff gets a good snap, and he shakes this one off the side of his foot, and it doesn't take a great bounce. It's coming back to the South Summit side of the field, and it's not even quite back, it's right to the line of scrimmage. So a 1-yard punt, not what South Summit needed on the punt right there. So a tough break for Neff, and that's now going to give Juab beautiful field position at the South Summit 32-yard line. And they're ready to strike again, and already leading by 2 touchdowns. So the South Summit defense is going to be in the pressure spot again, back up again.
Back against the wall in the kicking games. We didn't see much of it last week, so.
Yeah, that punt was a tough one. So now Armstrong licking his chops, looking across the middle. He's got some room. Now he's flush, but he's going to run it. Not a lot of people out there to stop him, and he's going to run it out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Good movement by Armstrong to pick up the first down. He's close to inside the 20-yard line, and he is at the 17. First and goal, or not goal, 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the Wasps.
And good coverage downfield by our secondary. Just couldn't quite keep an eye on him. He did a good job of seeing we were in man coverage, so everybody's back was turned to him.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Wasps. And handoff up the middle. And that is number
26 again.
Gardner. Gardner picking up good yardage on first down. Gets 5 yards on the play to bring up 2nd and 10. 10:51 left. Quarter number 2. Juab looking to go up by 3 touchdowns. And he'd like to hold them at least to a field goal opportunity right here. But Juab has moved the ball well. And now he's back to pass again. He's now looking to scramble. This time he's drugged down. Good job by the pressure of the defense that time. That's number
9, Nash Harleen, stepping up from that defensive end position. Just keeping his head up, seeing the quarterback, and and coming off his block, making that tackle.
So he loses 2 or 3 yards on the play. South Summit needed a big one. He got one right there. It'll be 3rd and long.
And again, good coverage downfield. Sack like that doesn't happen if he's got open receivers. And there's number 44 finally checking into the game, Brock Richards.
Now pass to the outside, nothing there. Miscommunication as it looked like the receiver cut it in when he threw it out. So 4th down. Good job by the South Summit defense. Let's see what Juab does now. Either they want to kick or they're going to go for it. I don't see a kick team coming in. So the quarterback still standing, getting instructions. Head coach for the Wasp is Jake Downard, longtime North Summit Brave and doing well down in Juab. His 3rd season as the Juab head coach. He's wanting to go for it on 4th down, and it's going to be 4th and a long 7, short 8. This would be a huge break for South Summit if they could come up with the stop. We've had lots of big plays already in the first half. Armstrong looking to pass. He's under pressure. Now he's going to have to get rid of it. He's brought down from behind. That's Harley. Harley with 2 big sacks in the possession, and the Wildcat defense, I'll tell you what, give them credit again.
Big stop.
That's humongous. They've had 2 big stops now on 4th down because this game really could have been 21 or possibly even 28, and the sophomore Harleen does a good job getting the pressure. There were other guys there as well.
Yeah, he was flushed out from the D tackles inside. And again, coverage downfield. They've made a great adjustment in the secondary as they were throwing all over the field in the first possession. But they did a great job of making that quarterback hang on to that ball long enough for the D line to come up with big plays.
Well, remember that play right there. If this game is able to get close and make a run at it as it progresses, because that is a huge play by the defense and the Harleen sack. This offense now has got to do its part. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Back to pass is Mayer. Mayer across the middle. He's got a man. Beautiful pass and catch by the South Summit offense on 1st down. That's Blake Osgothorpe with a quick little post route. He picks up about 8 on the play, and he'll bring up 2nd and short.
That's a tough catch to make coming across the middle, and he probably saw that safety there, but was able to hang on, absorb the hit, and hang on to the ball.
But they give him the 1st down, so 10 yards on the play. Mayer back to pass again. Now across the middle one more time, and it got popped up in the air, but a flag comes flying in. Looks like we might get defensive pass interference on the Wasp as he had an arm around and an arm to the side. And that'd give South Summit another 1st down. It'd be another break on the flag.
During the play, pass interference, defense.
And that's the call, pass interference. So South Summit immediately putting the ball down the field. Back-to-back pass plays. Oh, they're calling it offensive? What? Oh, God, he's marching the wrong way.
Yeah, intended for Gage Wilston-Human. They just was a little early coming across to knock that ball. Came through the offensive player, and we got the call. So
had me scared there for a minute. He was marching it back towards, now he's coming back a little more. Okay, finally that thing's going to rest at the 45-yard line. Consecutive 1st downs for South Summit, and they've picked up 25 quick yards. And South Summit on the move, 9:20 left, 2nd quarter. And coming across again, and I think that's the 2nd time that end's come across. Pick up 5 cheap ones on the oldest trick in football, and it continues to work. 1st and 5 now for South Summit.
Used to be on 2, now it's the hard clap. The hard clap got him to come across. So
it's always amazing the guys that always jump are the ones standing right above the football, too.
And it definitely helps when you have a 1st and 5, that playbook opens up. And again, I do not know what they're discussing out there, but it should be 1st and 5 for South Summit.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense. The 5-yard penalty.
That's not rocket science.
It's not a complicated call. But they've met they had the whole staff in the middle a couple of times trying to figure that out. But
South Summit quickly on the ball, right at midfield, 1st and 5. Not a bad time to take a little break. Now they got an easy pass out the outside. Blake Osgothorpe cuts it back. Beautiful pass. And good job running the ball after the catch. And another first down for the Wildcats. Mayor's starting to find his groove, throwing the ball. Good footing by Osgothorpe he really cut it hard on a slick turf. 1st and 10, South Summit.
He does a good job after that catch of making that short arm cut to pick up extra yardage.
South Summit on the move. There's a good run up the middle. That's Larson cutting it back. Fighting through tackles. He's close to the first down marker. And just like that, the Wildcats putting the drive together. 4 consecutive first downs, and they're now inside the 30-yard line of the Wasps at the 25. It's a hurry-up offense as that official barely gets out of the way, and the South Summit line is ready to go. Now Bowen's moving now up on the line. Now they'll move Osgothorpe back on this right side. Mayer back to pass. He's going to go up over the top. He's got a man. Touchdown! South Summit on a beautiful route by Blake Osgothorpe. Ian Mayer lays it up perfectly, and South Summit strikes back on this game. Easily could have been 21-zip, and just like that, South Summit marches down on 5 plays, scores on a beautiful pass from Mayer, and the Wildcats are on the board with 6.
And a great route there, that little stop and go. He got burned 2 plays before on that out route, and he bit hard. Blake did an awesome job of selling it and making the catch. A great pass there by Ian.
Tell you what, Blake didn't have to slow down one bit. Good snap, good hold, good kick. 8:28 left, and the Wildcats show some life on the offensive side. They march after a 4th down stop, close to 80 yards on the drive in about 5 plays. And the Wildcats are back in the ballgame here, trailing by 7, 14-7.
On Will.
All right, Will Neff getting ready to kick this one off. Wildcats, an impressive drive. On the ground and in the air, mostly in the air from Mayer. Mayer had to have close to 70 yards on that drive. 4 beautiful passes. Got the extra help from the official on the one. That one squids down. It hits the Juab man at the 20. He picks it up, and then he's upfield, and he's got good yardage. Still on his feet, still moving, and it's going to get outside the 40-yard line. So a nice return for the Wasps on a short kick, as that one having a hard time getting in the air again. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wasps.
So, yes, we're talking South Summit right back in this ball game. It could have been ugly if they'd have been able to score that last time, but defense stiffened up, and then the offense showing some life.
That was a well-run, efficient drive, man. It was just pop, pop, 15, 20, 10.
Yeah,
Not a good penalty.
Not one negative play on that drive.
Not at all. 1st and 10 now. Handoff. Outside. Oh, almost got a chance, and 2 missed tackles on the outside. He's going to get to the outside. Good run by number 25
in the game, and that's
Martineau.
Yeah, he had a chance there to have a tackle for lost and was able to jump the defender.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 3 on a good run by Martineau. Martineau in the backfield again, next to Armstrong. Snap. Armstrong looking to his right. Brings it back down. He's got a man. Lays it over, and it's perfectly thrown and tackled from behind by number...
Oh, that's was that Bryce
Pulver? Is that 10?
Pulver, but
yep.
Yeah, that was a well-thrown ball over one defender and in front of the other. Just enough to get to the receiver, and then a good job of breaking it out.
He's got good speed on that outside. Was that Heap? Like that was...
I think
or was that may have been Gardner again? It was 20-something. May have been Martineau. We couldn't see, but a great pass, great catch. Juab in business after a 20-yard play in the air, and now Armstrong's got pressure from behind. He's driven down. Jack Johnson on the corner blitz from the outside. He ran him down hard, almost got the strip on the on the tackle from behind, but a great call from the outside on a corner blitz, and it drives the Wasps back. They lose 8, 9 yards. They bring up second long.
Perfect play call there by Coach Thompson. DB on the backside coming all the way around, and
Nobody inside coming.
When you're the corner and you see that come in, you can hardly contain yourself.
Plus, you got a full sprint coming on that far of a run. Second and long now. Armstrong across the middle. He's got a man, and I think that's Johnson again on the tackle.
Big pickup.
7 or 8 on the play to bring up third and long. It's up 3rd and 10 now. And once again, another big play in the South Summit territory. South Summit defense again making good tackles when they need them.
See if we can dial up another blitz here.
Maybe Nash will be feeling it again. 3rd and 10. Armstrong standing at the 35-yard line. Needs 10 to move the first down. Ooh, high snap. Good hands by Given. He throws to the outside. He's got a man. Let's see if we can get a tackle to hold him. And he's going to move it. Oh, here comes a flag in. That's got to be on the defense. Probably a face mask. There wasn't another Wasp around.
Quentin Robinson on the reception for Juab. And a well-thrown ball all the way to the outside of the field.
We've had a lot of penalties in this game so far, haven't we?
We have, and they've not face mask.
There it is.
The penalties enforced half distance to the goal. First down.
And that's sent to the end of the play as well, so they get a good play on the pass and then add 12 more. It's 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line. So, quick offensive momentum swing again as South Summit drove down quickly, and now here are the Wasps in business, ready to score. Now a play call is blown dead. Looks like we got a timeout, it looks like. So South Summit trying to regroup on defense, calls a timeout. 6:07 left, second quarter. Wildcats trying to hold firm on defense. Juab leading 14-7. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Wasps. South Summit now wanting to talk about what they want to do on defense to keep Juab out of the end zone again. Back to passes. Armstrong across the middle. It's up in the air and no good. And there comes a flag in. Oh, so that'll move it 5 yards closer.
What's
that good coverage from up here?
I mean, is that a targeting call? He looked like he broke that up pretty cleanly.
Yeah. Looked like it was good timing from here. Let's see if it's... We've had officials involved on a lot of calls already.
Pass interference defense, number 12.
12, so they got Jack. It must have got him. I mean, Blake Algathorpe was the one that came in and knocked that ball away, but it looked like they must have got Jack on a hold of some sort.
So pass interference on the Wildcats. 1st and goal now at the 5-yard line. Armstrong. He's going to roll to his right. He can run it if he wants it. Trying to find a man. He's got him. Touchdown, Juab. Little swing out route, tough to defend, and he could have run that one as well. He just waited for a little more separation, and the Wasps get on the board on an easy pitch and catch out on the outside, and they go back up by 2 scores.
And that's Heat once again for his 2nd touchdown of the night for Juab.
They had nobody out wide. He was just there in that slot spot outside the tackle, and he just drove him in just a hair, kicked it outside. Armstrong met him on the swing out, and touchdown for the Wasp. 5:55 left here in the quarter, and the Wildcats now find themselves down. Let's see what the extra point does.
And that momentum we got
Oh, there's another problem with the snap. Now he's going to run it in, get a tackle, and he doesn't. Now, is that going to be a two-pointer? And it is. So that'll turn what was a botched snap. It almost looked like the South Summit guys stopped pursuing. And the place kicker, the holder, picks it up, runs it in, gets 2 points. It's a 15-point lead now, 22-7. And what momentum South Summit had built just gets extinguished a little bit on a great drive by the Wasps. So we'll take a breather. 5:54 left. South Summit's offense is going to have to pick it up again. It's going to be quite a game tonight. Lots of offense here in this first half of the second quarter. We might as well keep it here as the South Summit return team is out quickly onto the field. And it's been a very eventful second quarter. Both teams making impressive drives.
Yeah, that was a great drive by Juab to answer back South Summit's touchdown with a touchdown of their own, marched the entire field and just really didn't get stopped much. We had him a couple of times on penalties and was able to come up with big plays when it was needed.
That particular pass where we talked about where Armstrong dropped it right in between two South Summit defenders was one of the big plays of the drive. This time a kick hits the turf, and now it's picked up. And that is Pulver. Pulver gets hit hard, but he stays on his feet, gets finally back on his feet after being knocked down hard at the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the South Summit offense. And see if they can't build on that momentum they had on the last drive. These coaches look like they found some plays that they were able to adjust to and made happen. Let's see if they can go back to that. There was quick tempo. There was a lot of balls in the air. And Mayer found several receivers where he was able to move the ball quickly. Bowen goes out wide, and they're going to try to get some running yards up the middle. They got some. Larson jumping over defenders, still on his feet. Brody Larson picks up 8 yards on the play, and another flag comes flying in. That one's got to be on the defense if it's that late.
What a run there by Brody Larson. Completely jumped the defender. I wish we had a replay on that because that was an athletic play to just jump over the guy and keep going. Brody's had a good night on the ground for South Summit.
Another meeting here in the middle.
It must be encroachment. Yeah, with late flag, late flag. So we're hoping it's on the defense, and we'll see what they're going to call, and they're discussing it. Hopefully they tack that on as they're going to
wave it off.
Wave it off.
Whatever it was.
Our crowd's cheering, so our crowd thought it was on us. But either way, a good play, positive play for South Summit, so it'll be 2nd and 3 now.
So a good run by Brody Larson. South Summit starting to find some holes on the offensive running game, which is a good sign to open up this playbook a bit more. They've had some room on the outside, and maybe that good passing from the last drive will lead to some more holes on the running side of the ball. In motion goes Osgothorpe. And now back to pass is Mayer. He's going up over the top. That's in traffic, and it's, good job.
Up there at knocked it away.
Owen Mayer
Became the defender on that play. It was intended for Owen, and he almost got it intercepted, but a good job of knocking it away. I don't think he saw that safety. He saw Owen open. That safety came over the top and had it in his grasp for a second.
Well, fortunately, it was only 2nd and 1, so now a very short 3rd and 1.
That's a good time to take a shot downfield, a 2nd and short, because now you can still have room to come back and pick up that 1st down.
All right, little stack look. Now they'll hand it off and see if he can't fight, and he does. Is that Larson again?
And again with a second effort.
I'll tell you what, that's about as good a 2-yard run as you're going to get, as he was met right behind the line of scrimmage, and he fought hard to get across that 1st down marker. Moves the chains. 1st and 10, South Summit.
Yeah, most offenses you have run plays to set up the pass. Here we're using the pass plays to set up the run.
Mayer gets the snap, looking outside under pressure. He finds a man finally, Bowen. Now another flag comes flying in. Bowen catches the ball about 2 yards. Pickup, but another flag comes flying in from the Juab sideline. I'll tell you what, we've had to have had 12 to 15 penalties already. And jeez.
10-yard penalty.
Too many penalties in the game.
They're getting paid by the penalty, I think, tonight, and they're looking to cash in because, they've gotten their fair share. Last week was a pretty clean game, but they are point of emphasis this week. Make sure you make all the calls you can.
1st and 10 now first and 20 now for the Wildcats. And now there's a miscommunication on the snap on the outside, number 54 for the Wildcats. Ederaldi a little quick. And that'll move them back 5 more. And now this is making it awful hard on South Summit. Consecutive penalties going from first and 10 after a great couple of runs by Larson to now first and 25. First down marker sets at the 49 of the Juab Wasp, and our ball is back at the 26-yard line. So there's a man. Oh, he's wide open on the outside, unable to see him, trying to go under to Jack Johnson underneath.
A little low on the throw.
What's the official saying now?
He's got his open mic talking to everybody, so I'm not sure.
All right, second and 25. Breaking free late was Osgothorpe on the right side, but Ian had looked at him, wasn't there, went to check off short. And now South Summit needs to get 10 or 15 on this play, if possible. They hand it off up the middle, and again, there's another flag come flying in. Jeez.
Goodness gracious, let him play.
Another good
run there by Brody. And like you say, he's keeping those feet churning, picking up yards after initial contact.
So another penalty, and it looks like it's going against South Summit again.
Yeah, this is crazy how many flags have been thrown. It seems like every other play there's a flag. It's just tough to get a rhythm going offensively when you're constantly getting called for penalties, and we're backed up now. It's second and forever.
Ball's now at the 16-yard line, and you got to go. So 35 yards to go for South Summit. They got 2 downs to try to chip away at this thing. Let's see if somebody can't spring a big play. There's the screen pass off the right side, and South Summit trying to catch Juab off guard, but the Wasps ready for that screen play, and they're going to lose another couple of yards, and it's going to bring up third now and 37. It just keeps going back and back in the wrong direction.
Max Gardner once again all over the field. Read that play again, film study. I think Juab's spent a lot of time in the film room this week seeing that play worked last week to perfection as we looked one way and came back the other way.
So third and long. Not many plays in your playbook of third and 37. So Mayer is going to try to heave it up, and he's got one-on-one coverage. And almost had a chance right there was Osgothorpe.
That was a well-thrown ball.
Yeah, that was perfectly placed on the outside. Good coverage by number 14, Quentin Robinson of the Wasps.
And we'll hopefully get a better punt out of this as we're backed up, and there's still plenty of time here in this first half for Juab to do something with it.
All right, need one big here out of Will Neff. If you could get this ball out to midfield, would be a big boost for the South Summit defense.
Looks like the wind has kind of died down, so he doesn't have that in his favor right now. But he's looking to square up on one right here for us.
Juab returner sitting right at midfield. And this one higher, not real deep. See if we can get a good bounce, and it does take a good bounce. So not a bad overall net punt for the Wildcats. It's going to be about a 30-yard punt, but no return. That'll put the ball now at the 43-yard line for the Wasps. Good field position for Juab as they are really trying to. This one would hurt going into the half with 3:50 left in this second quarter, and the Wasps. Great field position in South Summit territory already, and again, the South Summit defense has had to come up with big play after big play, and they need one here on this drive. Armstrong has number 12, Coleman, go in motion. They hand it off to Coleman, and he's hit right.
Looking for a theme.
Past the line of scrimmage. Good job.
Did not find it, so a good job stringing that out. It looked like, let's see if we can get a number. That's 58 over there with the tackle. That's
58. Grushenko, yeah. We haven't said his name yet tonight.
The D tackle position to string that out and go make a hit.
So no gain on the play. Second and 10. 3:23 and counting in quarter number 2. South Summit needing to stop. Armstrong looks to his left. He's got a man. And it's number 12 again, Coleman. Coleman getting back-to-back touches on offense. He's out close to the first down. Across the 35-yard line. Let's see where they spot it.
And they're moving the sticks there.
They decided, yeah, they are moving the sticks. So 1st and 10 as Coleman gets just enough for the first down, and the Wasps are in business. Quick snap by Juab. Handoff up the middle. Nothing there this time, and stood up by several interior linemen. Yandrushenko, along with is that Boger there as well.
Boger, Ammon Marchand also stepping up from the linebacker spot.
So good stop on first down as the South Summit interior D holds strong, and no gain on the play for the Wasps. 2nd and 10. Armstrong looking across the middle. He's got a man, and he's going to be close to the first down, right at the marker, about a 10-yard pickup, hit by number 44, Theus Reed for South Summit, but it looks like...
And that the coverage that we had the last possession, or the 2 possessions before, just is breaking down here. He's finding receiver after receiver open.
So 3rd and short.
They're looking at it to try to figure out if it was enough, but it's
about a half a yard short, so a lot of options for Juab. 3rd and less than a yard. Handoff. He's got the first down, kicks it outside, another missed tackle. He's around the corner. He's got a chance to score. And did he get in? Nope, looks like he stepped out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. Good run for the Wasp on the outside. Lots of speed. South Summit unable to contain the corner. It'll be 1st and goal for the Wasps.
So good job there, just getting upfield and then seeing the outside, breaking to the outside and getting stopped just short. Blake Osgothorpe was able to chase him down and run him out of bounds.
So dangerous territory here for South Summit. Knocking on the door of the Wasp. 1st and goal at the 5. We'll take a timeout as there's a Juab timeout on the field. First and goal, Juab. 2:01 on the quarter. Ball sitting at the 5-yard line. Armstrong on the right hash. Looking to pass. Now he's looking left. Across the middle. Nothing there. Good coverage by South Summit. That'll bring up now second.
Brings up 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5.
He's getting rid of the ball instead of hanging on to it. He's been hit a couple or too many times, so he's just getting rid of it. But a good coverage there for the incompletion.
So 2nd and 5. 3 men to the wide side of the field. Looks like Richards is in this time, and a handoff. The ball's on the ground. Man, that would be a huge break. They
fell back on it.
Oh, darn it. And he even picked up yardage on the play, so he picks up a couple on the fumble. Juab able to maintain possession. Moves the yard marker up a couple. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 3.
Looks like they're bringing in the jumbo package offensively.
Number 56 hustling in for the Wildcats, Jackson Coleman.
That's their 2nd time.
All right, 3rd and 3 from deep inside South Summit territory. Juab trying to punch it in late in quarter number 2.
Another timeout. Didn't get it set up the way they wanted. Had to call another timeout.
Third and final timeout of the half.
Third timeout. We were gearing up for a stop. I was hoping that was going to be a false start. Moving back 8
Yeah, it would be nice to have 5 more yards. They'd have
to
to
the
pick up
8-yard line.
just a minute 29 left. Here in the half would be huge to come up with a stop. We do get the ball to start the second half. So it'd be a big difference between 29-7 and 22-7 if we're able to come up with a stop here. Obviously, 4 down territory.
We need one of those pick sixes off a screen that they got.
That would be nice. I can't imagine them throwing the ball in that situation.
3rd and 3. All right, tight formation. All 11 men basically inside the box right here. Power football coming. There it. Oh, there's a snap. Get on it quick. Don't even let him catch it. All right. Dial it up. Oh, that is not the play. If you're Juab, you run after consecutive timeouts. So South Summit needed a break, and they got a huge one. Now what do? 4th, you got a kicker. 3 points here would put you up by 18, and that would, be a big play as well, but I don't know if they've got the kicker. This would be ball's at the 25, 42-yard field goal.
Looks like they're bringing back their receivers, so.
Wow, that
Keep it in front of you.
was a heck of a break for South Summit.
Huge.
It's too bad somebody didn't kick that thing once and knock it back further. 4th now and 25. Now Juab's going to let this thing run to prevent South Summit from having a whole lot of time if this doesn't go well. Snaps a little low. Armstrong's going to heave it up. It's basically a Hail Mary. He's got a man there, and he caught it. Unbelievable. South Summit unable to find the ball. Throws a Hail Mary, 4th and 25 into the end zone, and he just maneuvers his way around 2 defenders and what turned in to be a pretty easy catch. Unbelievable play here at the end of the half. My Juab, and they put 6 points on the board after we thought we dodged a bullet, but no, he fired another one, and it hits home, and the Wildcats give up a big touchdown on a big play from Armstrong into the corner. Touchdown, Wasps. That one's going to hurt.
Oh, that one hurt. I've got nothing to say.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Kick is up and good, and that leaves only 31 seconds left on the clock. And wow, what a play. Just crazy play right there. Armstrong threw it exactly where he needed to do it, put enough air under it, and give the Juab receiver credit as he meandered his way around the coverage, dropped underneath it, found it, caught it, touchdown. Wildcats now are trailing by 3 touchdowns, 22-point lead for the Wasp, and with 31 seconds left, it's going to make it hard for South Summit to get much going on the offensive side, especially if the Wasps can put any kind of a kick together. The kickoffs have not been deep so far, and we'll see if we get a short one here, but wow, that one kind of takes the breath out of you if you're a South Summit fan. If you're a Juab fan, that's a heck of a play. On a 25-yard pass from Juab, 4th and goal. This one's short and taken at the 22-yard line, and he goes down quickly. And it'll have 28 seconds left on the clock. That was Brody Larson with the catch.
Follow up a couple of long passes of our own. That was quite the gut punch.
Woo.
We thought we had dodged it like you said, and just,
Man,
just keep it in front of you.
wow, that was tough.
It's going to be tough to watch on game film.
Okay, 1st and 10, South Summit. Juab in a very protective secondary. 2 safeties clear back at the 40. South Summit with 31 seconds left. They're going to kneel it down and say, we've had enough for this half, and they'll run in and try to regroup. So, real tough play to finish off this first half if you're a South Summit fan, as the defense held hard on 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Bad snap, drove it all the way back, but Juab comes out with an unbelievable play on 4th down, and they go into the halftime break leading by 22, 29-27. So we'll catch our breath, and hopefully these young men can regroup mentally, and they'll come out with the ball, and a quick score will put this right back into striking distance. So they'll put something together here. Enjoy the halftime entertainment. We'll be back in 15 minutes with quarter number 3. It's Wasp so far leading by 22. All right, we're ready for quarter number 3. South Summit trailing by 22. Fortunately, the Wildcats will get the ball here at the beginning of the second half, and the Wasps are just ready to kick off. Short, end over end. Taken right at the 20. It'll be good field position for South Summit. Got a nice seam across the 40-yard line. That is number 44, Theus Reed, with the return. Excuse me. It'll be 1st and 10, Wildcats. South Summit trying to battle back mentally, as that was a tough way to end quarter number 2. On a desperation pass from the Wasp, finds the receiver. And the Wasps sitting pretty here going into the second half with a 3-touchdown lead. But South Summit has shown they're able to move the football field as an impressive drive was able to be established in that beginning of the second quarter. And let's see what Mayer and the Wildcats can do. First pass. Goes up over to Osgothorpe. Tried to bring it in with one hand. Unable to do so. It'll bring up 2nd 10 on about a 15 outside pattern. Right across midfield at the 40-yard line. Falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
You could almost see he was kind of waiting for that safety to come over and pop him.
Holding on the defense.
Oh, wow. We got a break.
Hold our way. All right.
Well,
We'll take it. First
penalties starting like we had at the first half. First play, penalty. We'll take it, though, if they're going to call it for us. 1st and 10. That'll move it inside the 50-yard line into Juab territory. Wildcats getting a good break to start this second half. They could put a touchdown right on the board immediately. It certainly give them some more opportunities. High snap, and now the ball's all over the place, and there's a turnover. High snap leading to miscommunication and chaos trying to hand the ball off.
Not what we needed.
That the start we needed, and that will give the Wasps back the ball in South Summit territory. And again, a big turnover, halting what little momentum we built in this third quarter.
Yeah, turnovers have been terrible for us again. Obviously, they're always a bad outcome, but when you're trying to make a comeback, you're down 27 points or 22 points. You've got to be
Can't give up possessions.
Maybe the defense can
get one back. Let's hope
for us.
All right, handoff. Nope, a little reverse, misdirection. Kicks it outside. Good run by number 1, Jaden Heap. Little misdirection for the Wasps. They pick up about 6 yards on the play to bring up, about 4 yards on the play to bring up 2nd and 6.
Brings up 2nd down and 7.
So a little wrinkle there. The start for Juab with the reverse.
Armstrong hands it right up the middle. Good yardage. That's number 25, I believe, Caden Martineau. He's close to the first down marker. Picks up about 7 on the play. Looks like they're going to move the chains. 1st and 10, Wasp. Now inside the 40-yard line of South Summit at the 37. And on the move again. Turnover right back here. Something South Summit needs. Somebody could jerk it out, get a pick, something, because another touchdown here is going to make it awful hard to get back into this one. Armstrong, a little quick hitter to the outside. He's got good yardage, and now a flag comes flying in from the way back judge.
Flew two flags flying in from two sides coming.
What does that got to be? It's either got to be a
face mask
or a block in the back or something.
Let's hope for a block in the back. Because, yeah, they've just been able to move the ball at will, really not getting any resistance so far in the second half.
Holding on the offense.
Oh, wow. Holding that far downfield. That's a big penalty.
Yep, there's another break for South Summit. Let's see if they can take advantage.
So let's see where they're going to call the penalty from. Looks like they're marking it back from about the 31, 30, so 10-yard penalty.
Yeah,
so,
after the catch.
So it'll bring up first down and about 13. So a couple of calls going South Summit's way in the third quarter. 10:48 left in quarter number 3. 1st and 13. Ball at the 40. Armstrong looking to his left. He's got a man. A great catch by Juab, and they're going to call a defensive hold on South Summit, but that'll be negated. But an outstanding catch.
Wow, what a catch. He was
Number
being
14.
held. Number 14. Yeah, that's Quentin Robinson. Yeah, he was
Had to reach clear across his body to grab it.
mugged right there and was still able to bring it in. I would assume they're going to decline that penalty, but we'll see.
During the play, pass interference defense. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Oh, they're going to give it 15.
Results in the first down.
So I guess they got a few extra yards taking the penalty, so that'll move the chains. First down for the Wasps. Yeah, that kid should get the credit for catching that one.
Amazing.
That was some really good hands. That almost looks like they're trying to decide whether they are taking it or not. Why wouldn't you if it's a first down?
Looking at the spot. See if it gets more yards on the penalty or on the reception. And they're going to talk about it. So South Summit next week, we'll look at the schedule while we're talking about what's going on. And it looks like they're going to move the chains.
Okay, 1st and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line. After all that, they give them the penalty. First down yardage now, and Juab hands the ball off right up the middle. Oh, hit hard. Who is that? Is that Traven?
I think that was Boger right there.
Traven Boger stood him right up, drove him right back. Great job by Boger. No yardage on the play to bring up 2nd and 10. That was like running into a
Brick wall.
Yeah, that was
Raymond Boger right there. Put him on his back.
It's almost like they went face mask to face mask, too. All right, 2nd and 10. He'll probably go somewhere else on this play. And there it is. He's looking to his left to pass. He's got a little. Oh, there it is. Pick 6. Go. Run it, Brody.
And
Brody's going to get caught. Go, Brody. Come on. Oh, wow. Good speed by Chua. That's number 1. He with a great job running that down. But Brody Larson doing exactly what South Summit needed. Stepping in a passing lane, getting the pick. He marches it all the way down to the 5-yard line. Outstanding play by Larson and a big pick-me-up for the Wildcats.
just what they needed. Brody just reading that and making a jump on that ball.
After the sideline warning, South Summit.
Just the warning. It looks like they got too excited on the sideline, and
He needs some excitement.
the official must have bumped into somebody.
So Brody Larson with the biggest defensive play of the night thus far. That was 5 yards from being a pick 6. I'll tell you, number 1, he is quick because
He did not give up.
Brody had a 20-yard lead on him.
You could tell he was going to get.
He was quick, but Brody, outstanding catch and play and a good read on the play or the throw by Armstrong.
See if we can cash in right here. Another high snap.
And it looks like Pulver's got good yardage. He's close to the goal line, but not quite in, about 2 yards short. Good acceleration by Pulver and good blocking up front by the offensive line of South Summit. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3.
That was a great job there by Ian Mayer to get up and was able to get that handoff because that ball was snapped high again.
That's how we lost that first
series.
Yeah, fumble was on a high snap, then couldn't get the ball quickly enough to hand it off to the running back. Now in motion goes Owen there. Ian's going to run to his right, trying to find a man, and he throws it across, and
Knocked
looks like
away.
his falls incomplete. Man, there's a lot of traffic
A lot of
there.
people in that corner.
Woo. Of the 22 guys out there, I'll bet 15 of them was in that corner.
Standing in a 10-yard square in the end zone.
Fortunately, that didn't carry him around and get picked off. It'll bring up 3rd and goal.
2nd. That's the first play. So it'd be 2nd and goal. I don't think. Oh, no, you're right. 3rd down on that handoff.
So 8:59 left in the 3rd quarter. South Summit threatening. They're going to have to go for the touchdown here regardless, unless they lose 20. Now a little high pass up over the top. Good job. Blake Osgathor played that perfectly. Hand-to-hand kind of motion as he kind of holding the defender up just enough to where he could push him off enough to get his hands up. Beautifully thrown by Mayer. Touchdown, South Summit.
Right over the shoulder pads of the defender, just right where Blake could get it. That's a tough spot as a DB.
Whew. I wouldn't say that's your highest percentage play either, 3rd and goal, but hey, they effectively executed it and perfectly thrown, perfectly caught. And the extra point is good by Will Neff. And after all that, here we are where we wanted it to be in that 3rd quarter with the first touchdown. Puts us back within 2 scores. And the Wildcats still in business on a great pass. A pass from Mayer to Osgothorpe, set up by the Brody Larson pick that put them deep into Juab territory, and give South Summit credit. They battled back. You can see already a little more bounce in the step on this sideline, and South Summit's still alive. Plenty of time still in the ball game. 8:54 left. There's still at least 3, 4, 5 possessions left for South Summit. If they can get some stops now is the key, because the last time they marched down and scored, Juab quickly came right back, put the ball in the end zone on an impressive drive of their own. So South Summit's defense now, one more time, going to be asked to see if they can't get a stop. And an interesting kicking formation here to start.
And that just magnifies that last play of the half, that touchdown. Man, that would be a big difference to be within 8 as opposed to where we're sitting at 15.
All right, Will Neff needs a big kick right here. He's kicked some in the end zone last week. See if he can't get a leg into this one. And he does. Good high kick by Neff, driven inside the 5-yard line. It's taken by the Wasps. Off the right side, and a flag comes flying in, of course, from the backside. That's got to be a offensive penalty, blocking the back or a hold. Hopefully that'll pin Juab deep in their own territory, and South Summit can hopefully get a stop here and get some good field position in this 3rd quarter.
And that was a good tackle over on that left side by Dax McNeil, the sophomore for the Wildcats on the special teams.
So the penalty looks like it's going to go against the Wasps. That's going to pin Juab.
Play holding on the return team. 10 yards from the end of the run.
All right, so that'll take the good return from Juab all the way back now to the 16-yard line. So good job by the kickoff by Neff. Defense back out on the field. Let's see if we can get another turnover. We asked for it last time. We got it.
And,
17 yards.
yeah, Brody read that perfectly.
Yeah, it was outstanding.
Wouldn't be surprised if they do a little stop and go maybe on that side.
Brody's had a good game, running the ball and playing defense, looking to the right, and a man wide open. Oh, my goodness, that was scary. Nobody out there to cover him. Did he drop that, or was it overthrown?
A little bit overthrown.
Woo!
And
I'm telling you, there's speedy number 1 again, Heap. Telling you, that guy's got some wheels, and he was 10 yards behind anyone in the defensive secondary of South Summit.
Yep, I think our safeties got caught looking in the backfield and let him behind.
My word. That was about one play and a putback. All right, and driven back again by the interior lineman of South Summit. That is number 9, Nash.
3 on the play.
Was there as well as
Riker Bowen.
several of them.
Looked like Jack Johnson on that left corner was on the blitz again. I think he was in on that stop as well.
All right, this would be ideal if you could get a 3rd and 3 and out on this possession. See if they can't pin him, get some pressure. Armstrong looking to pass. He's got a man. Fight for it. Who's got it? Is it a pick? It's still fighting.
And they're
Both of them got the ball.
Will is making an effort.
Who's got it? Oh, now there's a penalty come flying in. What in the heck is that?
That's that guy that can't keep the flag in his pocket.
Yeah.
You know, they're saying that Juab ended up with it. They're pointing that way anyways, and we're inside. They pick up that flag. I mean,
What is that penalty? Somebody pushing in the pile or what? That back judge is throwing, I'll bet, 10 penalties tonight. All right, what do we decide?
picking it up, thankfully. But whether they, I mean, it looks like he's still short of the first down.
So,
After the play, sportsmanlike.
wow.
After this is the goal.
Okay, we'll take that one.
They didn't pick it up.
Didn't pick it up, and it went against Juab. No, it sounds so break.
What happened there? But that was a nice job there by Will to get in on that throw. And I don't even know, did they say that was a
They must have,
complete
because
pass?
they drove it back 15 from the spot. So it must have given him the, typically when you got a defender and an offensive guy in dual possession, they give it to the offense. High, don't hit him, whatever you do. Short punt, takes a big bounce for Juab, and it will go to the 44-yard line. So a big bounce for Juab, but South Summit gets the stop they need as the Wildcat defense steps up, aided by an unsportsmanlike penalty by Juab. And here we are, 3 and out. Only 1 minute came off the clock. South Summit's got the ball again, got a chance to cut this to a 1-score lead. The offense had a nice surge right there late. 1st and goal to get into the end zone. Let's see how this drive goes. Some positive momentum here for South Summit in this third quarter.
The officials have been helping us out in the third quarter.
That was a big one. That was a big one.
though. Yeah, that was a big one.
So Mayer, now he will hand it off, cuts it back. That's Pulver with good yardage. He's crossed the midfield to the 49-yard line. He picks up close to 8 on the play, 7 or 8. And it'll be 2nd and short for South Summit. And they're in the hurry up quickly to the line.
Max Gardner once again for Juab coming up with a stop.
Now South Summit.
Trying the hard clap to see if he can figure out if there's a blitz coming in. Looks like everybody was pretty quiet there.
Keeps Juab from subbing anybody. Mayer going up high. And trying to go to Osgothorpe and throws the interception. Oh, right back, and that's Heap again. And he's going up midfield. And he gets driven out of, nope, that's not Heap. That's 11, not 1. That is Zachary Stilson for the Wasp. As South Summit got a little greedy right there, threw into double coverage, and Stilson comes out with the safety interception, and the ball will go right back to Juab.
Yeah, like you said, I think he just got a little bit greedy. Went to the well one too many times, and that safety read it. And it was an easy interception.
So, darn it, got the stop we needed. Gonna have to stop again. 7 minutes left in quarter number 3. Armstrong, back to pass. Getting some pressure on the right side. Comes in, good hard hit by Jack Johnson. Right at the point of contact of that football. He drives him back, picks up 6, however. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd down 4.
That's Ronnie Parsons. It looks like number 27. I could be wrong. Maybe it's 17. It's hard to say. Caden Christensen possibly out there on the reception.
All right, 2nd and 4 for the Wasps. Outside, almost taken out by Brody Larson again. Brody, oh, what in the world is that? Another flag, sideline warning? That one will be a penalty.
It'll be
These
they'll
officials.
force that off. But we'll see what they does. That's probably something. That's a good coverage there by Brody. Good anticipation. He almost come up with another pick.
Sideline interference, South Summit. A 15-yard penalty.
Oh, 15. My gosh, I thought that was a 5-yarder.
Previous spot.
The get back coach is going to get in here full here. I'm not sure who it was that got in the way. And there's
another one. Well, that'll be 15 more.
Unsportsmanlike, South Summit.
this officials. It's been a rough one, I think, from the officials tonight.
I'd like to have a total penalty call in this game. It's got to be 25-30.
Yeah,
We've had 6 or 7 in this third quarter.
crazy.
All right, so 2 huge penalties for the Wasp.
Yep.
Sideline warning,
yards
Yep.
penalties.
And sportsmanlike conduct on somebody just frustrated on the South Summit sideline. All right, so it'll be 1st and 10. Wasp inside the 20 at the 15-yard line.
We're going to have to have a big play from somebody once again.
Tell you, it's been a swing of momentum, back and forth, turnovers, touchdowns, little misdirection, and coming in, number 7.
Blake
Osgothorpe with a great tackle, but he picks up about 5 yards on the play and moves the ball out to the 10-yard line.
Play brings up 2nd down 6.
And it'll bring up now 2nd and more like the 12-yard line, 11, 12-yard line, so 2nd and 6. Wow. Turnovers and penalties and crazy plays. It's been an eventful night as Juab has been able to stay out in front, making big plays when they need them. And here another chance for them to really make it difficult on the South Summit offense. Handoff. Nothing there again. Good job by South Summit.
Penetration there. Hammond marching up the middle.
Theus Reed there as well.
Reed as well.
Loses the yard on the play. 3rd and 7. The run defense has been good up the middle the last few series.
Yeah, good pressure up the middle from our linebackers. And a good job in that. And that's only made possible by your D tackles. Plugging the line there for sure.
So big 3rd down play for the Wasps. 3rd and 7. Now looking left. He's under pressure. Eludes the first man. Goes in. Picked off. South Summit interception. Again the defense. Who is that? It's Blake Ockenthorpe.
Stepping in. Just what we needed.
I tell you what.
Got tackled in the end zone, but he brings it out. But that's a huge play defensively. And again, the Wildcats stepping up. Bending but not breaking right here.
Wow.
3rd quarter.
I'll tell you what. Armstrong had all the time he wanted, and he probably could have run over there. I don't know if anybody was out there preventing him from getting across the line of scrimmage. He tried to push it into coverage, and Osgothorpe there with a huge play again. Back-to-back interceptions for the South Summit defense, keeping this game reasonably close, and another chance for this offense. 5:09 left in the 3rd quarter, and the Wildcats on the offensive side of the ball again, and it looks like we got a timeout. Probably a good time to take a breather, get the offense rolling. South Summit with a chance to cut it to 1 score, trailing 29-14, 5:09 left, 3rd quarter. All right, deep in their own territory, but all side is the important part here for South Summit, as they now are ready to fire back. Now they go and fire way outside as Mayer gets hit just as he's trying to deliver the football.
He had some room out there, too. So they cleared everybody out, but just overthrew him. A little bit of pressure up the middle.
So to bring up 2nd and 10. Dangerous spot here, especially throwing to the outside, deep in your own territory.
Yeah, it's tough.
Good run ball right here would be good. If you could pick up 4, 5, 6 yards on a play to get yourself a short and 3rd down. Let's see what they call up. And there's a little swing pass, and it looked like it went to Bowen. Bowen unable to bring it down. Mayer lost the handle a little bit on the snap and couldn't really get a grip on it. Falls incomplete. Bring up now 3rd and 10.
And that was a good play call, and I think he had room as well, just a little bit high, couldn't quite bring it in with his one hand.
So South Summit could use some yards. It's going to be a tough spot to punt. If you don't get any here, you're going to be standing right on the back line of the end zone. Mayer goes out to the outside, and it's knocked away. Good coverage by the corner on the outside. I can't see the number, but
no way we're going to see that number. But yeah, he was right there.
Step for step. Was that Bowen the intended receiver? Trying to go to the tall, high target, unable to get it. So South Summit will have to kick out of their own end zone, unable to move the ball. They get the stop. 4:56 left. Not much time goes off the clock on that possession. Will Neff has got to be careful because he looks like he's standing on the line there. So he kicks it, and a good kick by Neff. Good high kick. See if they get a big bounce. Nope. Takes a Juab bounce and bounces all the way back inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. They needed a carom to boom out to midfield, but they don't get it. So the defense, once again, will have to come up with some magic. It'll be Juab football at the South Summit 25-yard line.
once again, defense doing what it needed to do to get that stop last time. Let's see if they can hold them again.
Tell you what, we've come up with big stops frequently throughout this night. Number 72 hustling in for South Summit. Late, that is Bo Jackson. And now swing pass out to the left. Good blocking out there, and then a great job pursuing, coming up tight. That's number 1, Owen Mayer. Outstanding open field tackle. That thing could have gone for several more yards, but Mayer closes the distance quickly. He picks up only about a half a yard. He'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, just closing the gap there, coming up, and that's what you've got to do there in the open field. You can't hesitate. You give them room to juke you, and they can get around. So a great job by Owen Mayer to come up and knock him down.
So 2nd and a long 9. Armstrong, handoff. Good yardage. And finally pulled down, picks up 3 or 4 on the play. It'll bring up a big 3rd down again at the 22-yard line. First down marker is at the 15-yard line. So a big 3rd down play. One more time. We've said this numerous times in this ball game.
Yeah,
This game feels like it's closer than it is. Still a 15-point lead. But South Summit still has a chance here. Big stop right here on 3rd down. See if they can't dial up some pressure to get on Armstrong. He's back in the pocket. They go out wide, get the man caught, and he's going to be past the 1st down marker. Good pass by Armstrong on the outside. Picks up the 1st down, so moving the chains on 3rd down conversion. All the Wasps, man, they are in business again. 1st and 10 at the 14. So a good route and a good pass by Armstrong and good protection up front as he had all the time he needed to find that open man, and he delivered it on the money. One more time, he's got time. Going across the middle, and this one broken up. Ooh, that one almost could have been called early, but
Good coverage there by Will Neff, knocking it away. Bring up 2nd down.
so 2nd and 10. Precious time going off this clock. Not right now on the deflected pass, but this drive, methodical, Juab's being. Good mixture of pass run, trying to keep South Summit off balance. Haven't been able to get to Armstrong in several pass attempts. Now he goes across the middle. Is that Osgorsthorpe again? Armstrong threw it behind him. Osgorsthorpe made a push to jump in front, and one more time.
Another pick.
Osgorsthorpe with back-to-back picks on defense. And one more time, the South Summit defense just keeps this game close enough to give South Summit a chance, and hopefully sooner or later, South Summit's going to spring some big. And if this could get tough, I mean, if you could go down, drive here, and get this within a 1-score game going into the 4th quarter, South Summit would not be about all they could expect so far. If they could get, within a touchdown, there's still 3 minutes left on the clock in this 3rd quarter. This offense has now got to do its turn. And one more time, Bo Jackson coming in. Right tackle. Now, Mayer gets the snap and a handoff. And some positive yardage up the left side. Was that
It's
Pulver?
Pulver, yep. Brian Pulver
picks up
again.
about 4 yards on the play. Good play on 1st down. 2nd and 6. See if you can't establish a little field position as well.
Yeah, they've got a lot more room to work here as they were backed up in the last possession, but got a little more room to move. Same play.
All right. Cutting it back. Not as much room this time. Looks like he's only going to pick up a yard. So bring up 3rd and a long 4. Arlene and Jackson coming in and out.
So big 3rd down here for South Summit. You've got to try to pick this up. Yeah, like you say, if they could get that one more touchdown on the board, then that pressure starts building for Juab.
Big 3rd down. Cannot punt it. 3 and out right here. And was that a penalty? Looks like somebody jumped. Jeez, that is the last thing they need is 5 more yards to try to get on 3rd down.
Dead ball. Encroachment on
Oh, gosh, it's on Juab. Okay, does that give us the 1st down? It's got to. Yep. moves the chains. Big, big play for South Summit. We'll take it however we can get it. Wildcats get an encroachment on the loss. 1st and 10. Ball's now outside the 20 to 23-yard line. 1:40 and counting on the clock here in quarter number 3. 15-point Juab lead. Mayer back to pass. He's got time. Now he brings it back in, and it looks like hopefully that was an incomplete pass.
The defense thinks they're getting it, but it looks like they're discussing
Looks like the arm was moving forward.
That was the
He's doing it. Okay. Mayer thought he had some. Then he regrouped it, pulled it back in, and then tried to deliver it as he got hit. Fortunately, his arm was going forward, and that will bring up 2nd and 10. That will stop the clock. And
looking for that big play they need right here, 2nd and 10.
Ooh, rough going here offensively. Handoff up the middle, hit hard right at the line of scrimmage. Great play. Is that number 12?
That's probably
number that. I can't even see who that is. Those numbers.
43, maybe 40.
Play brings up 3rd down and 10.
Justice Reynolds, possibly.
Great play, whoever it was. 3rd and 10 now.
He read that well.
Yes, he did.
And nothing.
And made a sure tackle as well. So, 3rd and 10. 2 men wide to the left and right. Mayer across the middle. He's got him. Oh, gosh, I thought he had it caught. Oh.
No one had it as well, and he was looking to turn it up. I think before he caught it, it may have been deflected, as it almost looked like it went through the hands of one receiver to the next.
Ooh, I thought he had it. That was a good route, and that would have been sprung for a big one if he'd held on, but it'll be a punting situation now for South Summit. 52 seconds left in quarter number 3. And one more time, the defense unable to sustain a drive, or the offense unable to sustain a drive after another Blake Osgothorpe interception. And Neff, there's the best punt of the day. Get a big kick, and he does, and it's angling to the sideline. Outstanding kick by Will Neff. That's a what?
Warm up.
That's about a 40-yard punt with no return. So great job by Will Neff. Angled it, got some good leg into it. It took a good South Summit bounce. That'll be Juab football at the 39-yard line. So little field position settled in for South Summit that time. They drive Juab back into their own side of the field. 44 seconds left. See if they can't get another stop out of this persistent, determined defense of South Summit. They've been here all night, and for the most part have played a pretty good defensive game. All right, handoff. Now a lot of room up the middle, and he's going to pick up good yardage. And finally drugged down, clear into the backfield. That's Jack Johnson and Blake Osgothorpe. And when they're having to bring down ball carriers, that's a bad sign. He picks up 13 yards on the play to bring up 1st and 10.
Yeah, straight up the gut. And he got 10, 15 yards before he was even touched.
So back into South Summit territory. 1st and 10, 20 seconds and counting in quarter number 3. Armstrong, quick out route. He picks up good yardage again, about a 15, 16-yard play. As again, that heap, it looks like, with the quick feet. Picks up good yards after the carriage, or the catch, and it'll bring 1st and 10 now at the South Summit 30. And that'll probably end quarter number 3. They're going to let that wind. So 12 minutes of football left. South Summit trying to hold into this one. Need another stop. And
Stop the clock.
I'm not sure what happened.
Timeout, but yeah, this offense just keeps the pressure on the defense. A quick run up the middle for 15, and then a quick throw on the outside, and just tough to defend.
So that'll end quarter number 3. 12 minutes left. South Summit trailing by 15. All right, 1st and 10. Juab into South Summit territory at the 30. Little pump fake, now pressure. Boger throws him down hard. Great job, Traven Boger inside with the sack and a much-needed sack. And he'll drive the ball back 8 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd and 18.
Big Traven Boger, number 68, with the play up the middle. We haven't seen a lot of pressure come from up the middle on those passes, but that time Boger was able to get around.
That was an outstanding push. Yes, that's a big one. 2nd now and 17. South Summit now clock the ally of the Wasps. They need to get a stop and need to get one quick. Here comes Johnson on the safety blitz, or the corner blitz. He delivers the pass inside and picks up about 3 yards is all. Good coverage downfield. As one more time, Johnson was coming from the outside. Hit the quarterback hard just as he released it.
I thought he timed that snap perfectly because I thought he was offsides, but timed it just right. And the quarterback barely had time to get it away, but a pickup of...
Only about 3 or 4, which is nice. So 3rd and long, 3rd and 12. Probably in 4-down territory here at the 33-yard line. You don't want to punt this close. See if they can't drive him back again. He's going for it all out wide. And good job turning around. Oh, wow. He was inside. I thought he did a good job of turning around.
He got his head around and everything. I can't imagine what that call is. It's got to be pass interference, but from what I was seeing, that was a bad call. He did a good job of closing the gap and then getting his head around, and the ball just hit him in the back.
That's a killer. I thought he played that perfectly.
And the crowd doesn't like it.
That's a bad call. I had to agree with him.
Terrible call.
So a big boost for the Juab offense as they get a big defensive interference penalty, and that will move the ball 15 yards up to the 16, 17-yard line. 1st and 10, Juab.
Yeah, I mean, that was rough. You just keep that flag in your pocket on a play like that because you can't do anything better as far as the DB goes on a play.
All right, Armstrong in some pressure and good defense on the outside by Jack Johnson.
And he got inside of that. He was looking to try to intercept that one as well.
So Johnson breaks the play up on 1st down. Corners really stepping up for South Summit.
What is that, 3 interceptions tonight for South Summit?
Yeah, the secondary's played pretty darn well as the defense overall has. When you look at it, that crazy Hail Mary, it's a touchdown and a pick 6. In reality, this defense, has played pretty darn well. Now a run and nothing there. It's 3-4 men for South Summit is there. That's Harleen. Who was the man inside? That
big 88, number 88, Riker S. Bowen right there. Both the ends crashing in hard. Converge at the running back to take him down for a big loss.
3rd and 15. Good stop on the run for South Summit. And now Juab really facing long 3rd down conversion. Can't give up a big penalty on this one. 10 minutes left and counting. Armstrong going for it all deep. That one's way out of the back of the end zone. No good. And now it's going to bring up 4th down.
Which I'm guessing they'll probably go for it here as well. Because I don't think they've got the place kicker to be able to attempt a field goal, which if he did, this is where you'd want to do it. Give it a 3-possession game if a field goal. But yeah, as you said, this defense really has done a pretty good job, only giving up.
There's really only been an opening drive they marched, and then the one drive in response to the South Summit good drive. Other than that, this defense has been very good. Now Armstrong going for it all again. Good position by the South Summit secondary. One more time, he's out the back of the end zone.
He made the catch, which was an excellent catch.
So South Summit holds and gets the turnover on downs again. 3 consecutive turnovers by this South Summit defense. And one more time, giving the chance to this offense to put them back in. Now with only 9:43 left on the clock. South Summit's down to 2 or 3 possessions. And they're going to have to score. They can't waste any more. as they need one touchdown and at least one with a 2-point extra conversion as well. Down by 15. And that fumbled snap on the extra point for Juab may play a role late as he was able to get 2 points instead of one. There's a handoff up the middle. He picks up 2 or 3. Not much room for Pulver. Nope, that was Larson. Not much room for Larson. So 2nd and 8. Gets a couple.
That's the good part about not huddling. You can get play calls in a lot quicker. As again, the clock is against us right now.
So Mayor probably going to have to put this one in the air. 2nd and long. And there's the fake handoff. There's a man out wide. Bowen catches the ball, and he's got good yardage and still on his feet, driven out of bounds, close to midfield. Nice delivery from Mayor to Bowen. First down, South Summit. And finally, a big play on offense. About 20-yard play as the Wildcats now move it out to the 45-yard line. Now they're in business. Stockkill counting at 9. Now, handoff. Right, a little more yardage up the middle, but 4 yards on the play.
Just to keep the defense honest. Now we've got a player going down.
So that will stop the clock.
58. That's
It should stop the
Shenko.
clock. Or are they going to have to call a timeout? Not sure what happens on that. Andrushenko, the shaken up lineman for the Wildcats. So now they wind it again. So the South Summit offense is going to have to hustle.
And yeah, this could get real interesting if South Summit was able to punch this one in.
2nd and 7. 8:14. This play right here is burned almost a minute with the injury and then regrouping and huddling. Now Mayer across the middle. Oh, good pass by Mayer, and Owen Mayer unable to bring it in. Slips through the hands of Owen. It'll bring up now 3rd and 7.
That will stop the clock on the incomplete pass, and it'll give the offense a little bit more time to get set up.
Well, South Summit knows they got 2 downs to work with here. They're not going to want to punt. Down 2 scores with 8 minutes left on the clock, right at midfield. So unless they lose substantial yardage on this play, they'll be going for it on 4th down. So you could try something a little shorter and see if somebody could break a tackle. Want to get positive yardage. Mayer's going to roll to his right. He's got a man. There he is. Cuts it up. Caught. Driven out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Perfect execution by South Summit.
Good call, good execution. Like you said, something to the sideline so he could get a catch, get the first down, and get out of bounds.
Larson, the receiver.
Was that Larson or was that Nash Harley?
Oh, that's 9, not 8. Yep, that's Harleen with the catch. Sophomore Nash Harleen having a good game tonight. 7:50 left. Clock stopped on the play. Moves the chains. Now Mayer. Under pressure, he rolls to his left, to his left, and a good job making a good position to throw that one into the turf. Stop the clock. Prevent a turnover.
Yeah, stop the clock and live another day. And that's not an easy play. Rolling to his.
And knowing you're going to get hit in that awkward position. Fortunately, he's okay. 2nd and 10. So, big play here on 2nd down. See if they can't get some positive yardage. Make it a 3rd and more manageable. Osgothorpe comes in motion, moves to the wide side of the field. 3 men now to the left. Little screen pass to the right. They got a lot of blockers downfield. And a good job of that safety to get around the blockers ahead. But he picks up good yardage. 9 yards on the play. And it'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Great play call right there in that situation. And I think they're setting these guys up for something maybe over the top here fairly soon.
Well, 3rd and 1.
Dinking and dunking underneath. And yeah, this is one of those plays. I mean, this down and distance right now, you're thinking they're going to run it, but it might be a play action, and they'll just try to pick up that first down.
And he does. Good positive yardage, breaking out of the pile. That is Larson.
think that's Larson or Pulver. I'm not sure.
I think it was Larson, number 8.
Number 8, Larson on
Picks up the first down. Good run and a good positive, good distance kind of a run. 7-16 and counting.
Same formation right here.
South Summit would like to score with 5-6 minutes still left. Mayer goes for it all and all kinds of cover, all kinds of contact. They smashed him, and 3 of them.
And Ian Mayer got drilled too. That might have been, you might have been campaigning for roughing the passer, but we get the call down on that end.
So this is.
Pass interference defense, 21 line.
So that's going to move the ball inside the 20-yard line. So it'll move it to the 12 if it's half the distance, 12, 13-yard line. First, I guess it won't be goal yet, but it'll be in the, now what are we deciding? Marching it off, see where they take it to.
And this has been a methodical drive right here for the Wildcats offense. Just good play calls and good execution all around.
1st and 10, South Summit knocking on the door to make this a 1-score lead. Coming in motion is Osgothorpe. Mayer's going to roll to his left. Now he's going to go back right. He's got some room if he can get to the corner, and he does. Gets it inside the 10 and trying to get to the goal line. Gets inside the 5, and there's a penalty comes in late. That looks like a holding. It might be.
I mean, that was way late.
Way late. Mayer does a great job of improvising on his feet. Went to his left for a minute, then turned it back right, had room. Tell you what, these officials have been so involved in this game for both sides. These things way behind the play, too. Oh, my goodness. 6:55 now on the clock. That'll negate a nice run by Mayer. That'll push the ball back to the 17-yard line. And it'll be first down again. They'll wind the clock, so South Summit's going to have to go quickly. Under 7 minutes and 17 yards to get to the end zone.
And it seems to be a little bit of confusion. We need to get this going. They still aren't up on the line.
All right, now Mayer got Larson to his left. Now turning back across the middle, falls incomplete. No call on the play.
Thorpe. He's a little
Double
bit,
coverage.
a little bit slow to get up there as well after he took a hit.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 14 to go. All right, coming into the ball game is Will Neff. Osgothorpe shaking up a little bit across the middle, got hit hard. Looks like he's holding his ribs a little bit. So he'll shake it off, and they'll need him back out there shortly. My guess is it won't be more than a play or 2. Mayer gets the handoff to Larson. Larson hopping in the middle, but unable to get a whole lot going. He picks up 3 or 4, almost back to the first down 10-yard marker. So now it'll bring up 3rd and about 11 with 6 minutes left. Got to go quick.
Cody, he's a determined runner, just doing anything he can right there, jumping over the pile that was in front of him just to try to get a couple extra yards.
Okay, big down here on 3rd down. 2 down territory here with 2 more to go. And we'll see what Mayer's got. Now he's under pressure and he's going to get taken down. Nowhere for him to go. Sack on the play as coming from that outside was, I don't know if that was the end or a linebacker coming, but he gets to Mayer. Mayer loses about 7-8 yards on the play, and now a big 4th down. Looks like a timeout. Big call here is South Summit needing some points on this drive is now the time playing a huge factor. We'll take a timeout. 5:21 left. South Summit in need of some magic here on 4th and 17.
Will the clock operator please reset?
All right, 4th and 16, 17 to go. More like 17, 18 probably. South Summit needs some magic on offense. Still a first down can be achieved without getting into the end zone. First down marker at about the 3-4 yard line. So South Summit needs a big play right here. Juab playing deep as they obviously should at 4th and 18. Might have to look for something underneath. See if somebody can't break a tackle or two. And now what? On the outside. Another timeout. Gosh.
We have to call that timeout. Juab had to call it.
Juab did. I don't know why they would call it at 4th and 18. There's not much else you... At any rate, timeout. 5:28 left. All right, big play, 4th and 18. Back-to-back timeouts to think over this big play. Mayer is back to pass. He's got some time. Now he's flushed out. He's going to have to throw it up in the air. Throw it up there, Ian. Got to find somebody. Oh, you got to throw. There he goes. Oh, man, Ian kept that thing alive for a long time, trying to allow a receiver to find a way. Good job by Ian. Couple of times I thought he might go down, but he kept it alive on his feet and just couldn't find a great option. Threw it up a little too far, and that's going to turn the ball over to Juab. Great effort there by South Summit on 4th and 18, but just not able to convert, find something they wanted. So 5:12 left. Now, obviously, the ball in the court of Juab. They can run the ball here. South Summit only has one timeout left. So Juab's going to want to keep the clock running.
This is when you start punching at that ball if you're a tackler here for South Summit. No, they're throwing.
They're going to throw it on the outside. And a good tackle by Johnson. Picks up 5 or 6 yards on the play. That's awful surprising, throwing it right there. But they do keep the clock running. They pick up 4 yards on the play, maybe 5. Good sure tackle by Jack Johnson out on the corner.
Yeah, and they'll take all the time they can right here.
Now at 4:45 and counting. Now in motion goes Heap. They're going to hand off to Heap, going out wide, and he's got a chance to break a big one, and he does. There's the speed of Heap. He's got one man to beat, and finally Osgothorpe's able to push him out. I'm telling you, the speed of Heap has played a huge role in this game, and a massive play right there on the run as he got to the corner and just outran the South Summit defense.
Yeah, if he can find a seam, he's
quick,
dangerous
man.
player. Blake was lucky to be able to get a hand on him to push him out of bounds.
Gets the ball all the way now into South Summit territory at the 41-yard line. Went out of bounds on the play, so that'll stop the clock momentarily. Move the chains. And South Summit needing a stop. Every first down is taking more and more valuable time off this clock. Armstrong stays in the shotgun. In motion goes Heap again. Oh, there's a muff snap. Get on it. Still floating around, and wow, what a good job by Armstrong to get on that ball, as that would have made it interesting again.
Loss of 19 on.
And now South Summit with that one timeout, it's probably going to have to hold on to it, but tell you what, another minute and a half is going to go off now, probably 2 minutes unless they use one of these timeouts. Second and a long ways to go, 25 to 28 yards as that snap goes all the way back now to the 40-yard line of the Wasps. So Juab, that clock now at 3:53. Still,
pick right
yeah,
here.
still can just burn. Now they will hand off up the middle and getting outside. He picks up good yardage. Does a good job of staying in bounds as well as he cut it inside. He picks up big yardage, probably 18 yards on the play, and gets all the way back to the first down marker, not to give the first down, but the start of the first down. So 10 yards more to go. And it looks like there's an injured Juab
Player down.
so hopefully he's okay. So a little timeout on the field. Looks like he's popping. Is he up?
Nope.
He's still down. So we'll give him a chance to. Oh, there he goes. Okay, let's see what they're going to do here. Did Juab call a timeout? They're trying to ask. Because he stayed in bounds. The clock is momentarily stopped with the injury. I think they're trying to decide what they want to do, whether they want to.
During the play,
Oh, there's a penalty. Okay, that'll stop the clock.
I didn't even see a flag, so
Me either. There've been so many of them.
there should have been a flag apparently. They just called it anyway. No
So-
flag out there, I'll just call.
Second and back to almost where the original line of scrimmage was. So that'll stop the clock for South Summit. 3:31 left.
Yeah, South Summit needs somebody to step up and make a
Turnover would be big
right
here.
here.
Strip, punch. Now they're putting it in the air again. And there's a pass and a catch right across midfield. So they'll pick up about 10, 12 yards on the play. Keeps the clock running.
the third down.
It's going to bring up third and about 17. And again, they'll watch 30 more seconds run off. It'll be about 2:40 before they'll want to snap this one. Favorable spot for the defense in terms of the down and yardage, but that clock just keeps winding. Armstrong. Back to pass again. They just continue, and now they go across the middle. Wow, did he catch that one?
Caught that.
He did.
Completed, which
Good pursuit by Johnson to prevent him from getting any more. He picks up about 6 on the play, and it's 4th down.
4th and 10.
Now they can take it under 2 minutes now.
And are they going to go for it? I'm not sure why they wouldn't just punt this away to pin us back deep.
Well, especially if they
Even
can
if
burn
they-
another 30 seconds.
Even if they punt it into the end zone, it's back on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, agreed.
Maybe they don't have a lot of confidence in their long snapper. Who knows? I'm not sure. Maybe they'll run this down and call a timeout. And they're just going to take the delay game, and now they'll probably punt it away. So running every second off the clock that they can.
Dead ball, delay game.
All right, so that's looks like the strategy for the Wasp. 5 yards isn't going to hurt them on that punt, as they'll be trying to pin South Summit inside their own 10.
This is when they're putting in the quick guys. See if they can get
Block
a
punt
block
here would
punt.
be good, yeah. 1:55 left on the clock. Certainly don't want to rough him here, but a block punt to return would really make this a bit more interesting. Here they come after it, and unable to get to it. Good punt, taken in the air, and looks like
Let's go
looks
down. I
like he
think
got
that's
hurt a
Mike
bit.
Jackson McNeil, I believe.
Looks like he's okay. All right, so caught at the 14-yard line. And now it's going to be South Summit with a lot of room to go and not much time to do it. Ball at the 16, so they've got 84 yards to go. They need 2 scores. They're going to have to score quick, get it onside if they have any chance here. So they're going to need some big, big plays. 1:46. 1st and 10 at the 16. Mayer gets the snap. He's looking right. Now he's under some pressure. Now he's going to get taken down from behind. And a flag comes in again. And I don't know if that's a face mask possibly. Does stop the clock. Meeting with the officials. What do we got?
During the play, personal foul, face mask.
There it is, personal foul face mask, so a 15-yard penalty.
Previous stop results in a first down.
That'll give them a little more room.
These guys see everything for sure.
South Summit's got to try to get Mayer a little more time to get the ball down the field on the protection, as Juab doing a great job of putting pressure on Mayer in this second half. He's been sacked several and been under pressure multiple times also. Mayer this time's got time. He's got a man open, and it's Johnson. Get out of bounds.
Jack Johnson with the nice
Great catch. Good job.
As you said, he needs to get out of bounds.
Beautiful catch, and what a pass by Mayer. That was a long out route.
Long route. I mean, you've got to have a strong arm to get to the opposite sideline.
So a good catch by Johnson, and Mayer with a beautiful pass and good protection that time. And the snap's quickly out. Now Mayer trying to find a man again, and he's got to get rid of it. Now another flag from this back judge comes flying in. So there's another break for South Summit. That's got to be on the defense. I'll tell you, that guy is going to have a sore arm tomorrow. He's throwing a lot of flags.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, so sack on. Oh, now they're going to pick it up. Oh.
So that's going to keep the clock
That's
running.
a killer because that's a sack, and the clock's going to move. South Summit already up on the line, ready to go. They wind it, 109 and counting. Loses about 8 yards on the play, 7 yards on the play. Now Mayer, a little screen pass over the top, and the defender got his hand up in the way. Hard for Pulver. That Pulver tried to bring it in, so that'll stop the clock. 3rd and 17. All right, trying to get some open field running going there, but unable to get it opened up. 59 seconds left. And a long ways to go. In motion. Now another screen, and Juab all over the screen again.
He was there early. The coaches are calling for it. They're early, but they're not going to call that one.
So that'll stop the clock. The intended receiver was Jack Johnson. Unable to bring it in under some traffic and possibly some early contact, so it'll bring up 4th and long. So do or die right here. Get the first down, or that'll be the ball game. Only one timeout left. Juab will be able to kneel on it. So who calls that
I
timeout?
believe Juab called the timeout. So next week, South Summit will travel to Ben Lomond to take on the Scots. And then the week following will be back at home against San Juan. So some upcoming games that you want to tune in for. You'll have to travel to Ogden. They don't let us travel. It'd be nice to be able to go do some away games, but
I'll tell you, you look at this ball game, South Summit has shut out Juab in the second half. It's a 29-7 lead at halftime, and South Summit defense has played a heck of a second half.
like you said, a pick six
And a Hail Mary. That's the difference in the ball game right
the
here.
difference in the game.
Well, this is a tie ball game in essence.
Yep, I mean, you can, if
Do that always, but
nuts were candies and nuts, we'd all be happy for Christmas, wouldn't we?
okay, 57 seconds left. 4th and game on the line. 16 yards to pick up. Ball's got to get to the 49-yard line of Juab, and it sits on the 34 line of South Summit. Mayer's going to go out, and he's got a man, and it's caught. It's caught by Owen Mayer. Outstanding catch by Owen. Wow.
Reaching over the guy to pull that in.
He reached through him almost, I think. Great pass by Mayer to Mayer.
I don't know that he got out of bounds. I don't know what they're going to call that way, but
Well, they're ready to go.
up to the line.
49.6 seconds left. Still live for South Summit. They're going to need a quick strike. Going to have to throw it downfield. Another quick one to Mayer. He's got to get out of bounds, and he didn't.
And that'll force
Okay, so that'll force them to take their last time out with 42 seconds left. South Summit still alive.
Final timeout.
How about a 4th and 8-17? South Summit converts on a Mayer to Mayer. Just a terrific catch by Owen. Good pass by Ian and good protection to allow that to develop by that front line of South Summit. And just, like we mentioned, a really evenly played game. In fact, South Summit has outscored Juab in this second half by 7. Just, man, and go back to that play. That's just such a big play before that half on that Hail Mary.
You look at
imagine if you only had one touchdown to get right here. Imagine what that's happening like.
Yeah, that first quarter looked like we were going to be blown out of
trouble.
Yeah. But the Wildcats have made some great adjustments and have hung in there, made some great plays, interceptions. The defense, like you said, has shut them out here in the second half. So you hate, you don't like talking about moral victories, but I think South Summit can definitely come away feeling good about some of the things they've been able to do here tonight.
All right, 2nd and 7. 42.8 seconds left. No timeouts left. Mayer, outside, too far. Intended receiver is Neff. Nope, was that Johnson? Will Neff was the intended receiver. So a quick, only lost 2 seconds. But it is 3rd down now and 7 to go. Got to pick up a first down. And got to do it with some substantial yardage, hopefully. Mayer outside to Johnson. Oh, that's a good route. And a good play call. Had him out there. Just threw it a little too far out there. So bring up another 4th down on this drive. 35.9 seconds left.
And Ian's probably going to have a sore arm, too, as he's
throwing the ball up tonight.
A lot of pass attempts tonight.
Okay, another big 4th down play. 35.9 seconds left. See if they can keep it alive again. Neff goes in motion. Back to pass. Mayer, he can, did he get it?
Nope.
And it falls. Oh, there we go. Another flag. So that'll keep it alive for South Summit. Another play.
Goodness gracious.
Lots of flags.
Wow. And that looked pretty clean, too. To be fair, that looked like it was pretty timed well. And hit him right after the ball was touched by the intended receiver.
Personal foul, defenseless hit on a
Oh, that's what they're calling. I haven't called that one tonight.
Which one was it?
Defenseless player. Hit on a defenseless player, which I thought he was making the play on the ball too. But either way, it benefits South Summit.
15-yard penalty.
See if we can
29 seconds left.
come up with something here. Keeps us alive. First down. Another set of downs here for South Summit.
Ball at the 12-yard line. Can pick up a first down. Nope, ball at the 17-yard line. Mayer across the middle. He's got a man. Oh, just threw it behind him just a little as Blake Osgothorpe
Reached back and couldn't quite pull it in, but he did have an opening there for a second.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. 26 seconds left. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many pass attempts Mayer has tonight. It's got to be 40 or more. 26.2 seconds left. 2nd and 10. 3 men stacked up to the right. Now,
Juab's going to call it now. Oh, boy.
this is the eternal quarter here. Turnovers, timeouts, penalties make for a long game. All right.
Some other games that be of note. San Juan is beating Kanab right now. It looks like hasn't been updated for a while, but they're up 26-14. So again, an opponent we'll see in a couple of weeks. South Sevier over North Sevier, 33-0. Gunnison over Grand, 33-0. That hasn't been updated for a while. Duchesne is beating Providence Hall, 42-0.
Lots of nothings.
A lot of shutouts around the state tonight. I mean, overall, this has been a good game, like you said, back and forth. Both teams are coming up with some big interceptions, turnovers, it's been eventful, to say the least.
Entertaining, for sure. All right. Second down. 25 seconds even on the clock. Mayor's got 3 men, 2 at the wide side. He's got Owen to his left. He's looking to his left. He's going up. And is it caught?
It's caught. Yeah.
Caught. Gonna have to hustle. I'm not sure he got the first down. It looks like, did he?
Number 12, Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
Down to 17. Oh, they moved it, so it's first and goal for South Summit. And Mayor spikes it to stop the clock. Good job with 17 seconds left. Another terrific pass by Mayor and a great catch by Johnson. Second and goal now. Now we got to leave enough time for an onside kick and a Hail Mary. And you're going to have to score probably on the next play or two.
Or get out of bounds.
You're going to have to do it quick. All right, coming in motion. Mayor's going to his left, trying to find somebody. He goes up high. He's got a man. Touchdown, South Summit. 10.9 seconds left. It's the 29-20. You got to convert the extra point for any chance here. So hopefully you can kick the extra point. Get it to 29-21. Give yourself a chance for an onside kick. South Summit hanging in there right to the end.
Getting our money's worth tonight.
Good job by Mayor. Just strung that out long enough that he could find Owen in the back of the end zone. Touchdown pass. 10.9. Crucial extra point. Kick is up.
It's good.
And it's good. So 21, 29, 10.9 seconds left. And now it's going to come down to an onside kick and a Hail Mary is all you got left. Unless somehow you could pick up the onside kick on the run. Stranger things have happened.
There's a chance. You're saying
There's a chance. There is a chance. 10.9 seconds. South Summit has outscored Juab 14-0 in this second half.
with 3 interceptions.
Yeah, with several turnovers as well by both teams. Hasn't been the most efficient offensive half by either team, but entertaining nonetheless, and has turned into quite a ball game. 29-21. Now, let's see how often the South Summit kickoff team has practiced the onside kick.
I can't imagine a lot.
Probably not a lot.
Season, but
All right,
we'll see how we execute here.
See if Will can't nub one here and get a big high bounce. Juab stacked up right 10 yards from the kickoff point at the 40, all stacked along the 50. Let's see which side he's going to go, and if he's going to try to top this thing, get it bouncing awkwardly.
Maybe right down the middle.
There it is. Oh, God, it's loose. Who got the ball? They're stopping the clock. There's a fight for it down low.
Pointing and both pointing. And
Juab came out with it. Man, it was a good kick by Neff.
it was loose. We had it.
It was bouncing around for a minute.
Down to
Wow, what a great effort on the onside kick. And unfortunately, that's going to seal this one with one snap and no timeouts. Valiant effort by South Summit as they fought hard against a very good Juab 2-0 team. So give these guys credit. Outplayed Juab in the second half, outscoring them by 14, but Juab had enough lead to going into that second half that they hold on, but not by much as the Wildcats make it interesting. So great job and a great effort by both teams. A good win by Juab, but you're right, Juab or South Summit can take a lot of positive things away from this game. And a good scheduled game here, playing a tough 3A team. Juab always good. And that's a well-fought game by both teams. So congratulations. Rory, any concluding thoughts?
Nope, like you said, a lot of things that can be learned from this game. When we get into regular season stuff, our region play, I think this will be a beneficial game to look back on to see a tough team and to be able to execute. And the offense and defense, I think, can show that they can hang with whoever they play this year.
All right, so for Cody Bone, Rory Bone, Ken Stewart bringing you the technology. We got a week off for broadcast. On the road next week at Ben Lomond, but in 2 weeks from tonight, the team you got to beat in 2A eventually, San Juan, will be at our place. So 2 weeks from tonight, South Summit and San Juan on the road against Ben Lomond next week. So have a great 3-day Labor Day weekend, and we'll join you for football 2 weeks from tonight. Have a great night.